How do? How are you? All right. So,
welcome to this week's video. We had a very busy week, the week of Cassiobury Market. We were harbour masters, so had to prepare the area for the other boaters, didn't we?
yeah.
And we had lots of other stuff going on as well. We had new purchases we got from Quick that we wanted to get in place. We had a road trip out to a school.
And the shops.
Yes, so there's lots went on. So we've done a week in the life of...
Is that what it is?
Oh, we had the tree in the canal.
Tree in the canal.
Tree in the
We've
canal
had a
that we
low
had to negotiate around.
low water pressure on the tap.
Yes, took 3 hours to fill at the water tap.
But what I will turn around and say is, she's here, isn't she? Anyway, push the button, ring the bell. It's free to you and the world. Watch the video to turn around and see the full endeavours of what happens in a week, instead of us telling you. Otherwise, it's no point watching it. And
We'll see you at the end.
we'll see you at the other side. See ya.
The one thing about the locks down here on the Grand Union, the lower half of the actual canal, you leave one of the locks paddles at the far end open. I presume with the amount of water flow that comes down, it's a case of like making sure it empties. This particular gate's going to be a slow fill because it has got a temporary ground paddle that's not in use, and apparently it's under repair, but I can't tell you an awful lot. Looks like there's a CRT man coming up. He's got a life jacket on in a blue top with a red life jacket at the lock lower down. So she's just done the first lock. It was a dead heavy lock, wasn't it? The gate was dead heavy. Now we've just passed the 71-mile marker to Braunston. We've got 2 CRT blokes that's going to do this lock for us. We've just come through lock 76, and once we get past this little bit of, I'll say river, that outlets into the canal,
Which is 166A.
there you go. There's a plaque to say what it is, which is the actual towpath. What you'll see are the white markers. This is all along this down to the next lock, number 77. Mooring for the Cassiobury Park Trading Festival. So these little markers just turn around saying that, like, as of the Wednesday before the actual market, there's no mooring, but they've had a couple of weeks to turn around and have a bit of notice as to as and when it's closed.
Here, so no one would be mooring here anyway.
Say again?
It's quite shallow here, so no one would be mooring here anyway.
Yes,
Can't get into the sides though.
there is some shallow patches on this.
GRP was here the other day, but they're not as deep as us, are they?
GRP, explain.
Yogurt pot. I was being nice and said GRP instead of yogurt
Well,
pot.
some people don't know. Narrowboats are narrowboats, but they're not, are they? They're fiberglass boats. GRPs are. So, it is shallow. If I can turn around and see without getting in the way of tack. Now, we'll take a walk a little bit later and you'll see how shallow it is. Because we'll have to come and do a recce because we're being market managers apparently. And market managers and harbour master. So we've got a couple of things to look at and do, and we're just waiting for a couple of banners to be brought down, and then we can turn around and advertise. I think the banners are going on the boats because Cassiobury Park is an actual park run by the council, and because it's council led, we're not allowed to advertise apparently. So there you go, that's how shallow it is. So boats can't get into the actual edge at this particular bit, which is a shame because the cafe boat and the ice cream boat do a trade putting the chairs out there. So tree's gone down, Tasha's taken the chance to try and get round it.
Only because someone's just said he's got round it in a 55 foot. I wouldn't have tried it otherwise.
Here we go. It's dead shallow on that side. A little bit of tilt. Lucky it didn't hit that boat when it came down. How are you feeling, honey?
Like I'm going to need to use the boat pole.
It's on this side, on the rack. Can't help you.
It's just sinking, with it.
Well done, honey. Time for another lock.
It's my first thing I've had to deal with.
Some brute force, ignorance and determination.
I did it.
And it goes. Well done, honey.
Just don't want to hit the boats that are moored there now.
It's one thing to do while turning around and waiting for your water to fill, isn't it? Just sit there and play the banjo and sing. So we're at lock number 78 at Cassiobury Park. Cassiobury Bridge lock. We've come down and all we're doing is going round, or we've come down to fill up with water, which is just at the lock behind me, the top of the lock. So we're letting our friend that's turned around and allowed us to join him. So we're going to let him go. We're turning around and then coming straight back in the lock to go back up. It's 20 to 8, honey.
I know.
In the evening.
It's turned out to be quite a long day, hasn't it? We've cruised 2 miles.
Yes.
And we left at about...
Just after 12.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably about 1:30, wasn't it?
Yep.
And we've done 2 miles and filled with water. We did get stuck and grounded around a tree that had fallen down.
Yeah, well, you'll see that on the video.
It was interesting.
And you did very, very well again.
I've run back and got the car whilst the water's been filling.
We've changed the hose pipe too, so we can fill a little bit faster.
And I'm now looking forward to some food.
Yeah, well, we've got to either go shopping or get it in.
We're going to 20 minutes in a lock first because we've got the slow filling lock as well.
Okay. For 8, and we've got people chainsawing. So the tree's going down. How are we doing? Well, I said 8 o'clock earlier, but there wasn't. It was gone just before 7 when they started cutting the tree back. They've come down with a digger to pull a mechanical excavator to pull the tree in towards the canal, out of the canal onto the towpath, to then cut. And you can see the man playing with his rope as they work. And while he's just playing, there's the digger, 2.5 ton digger with a 1.5 ton winch on it. I'm gonna go and get my boat pole, see whether we can get anywhere near him to pull this in, and see how we get on. So what do you think this boat does? Bit of a giveaway. It must pump something. And there's big containers. It's got its top boards, and it's got its traditional engine, the nice little Lister diesel engine, and its chimney for the engine, and the walk through. There you go. And a nice little boat dog as well, hidden in the undergrowth.
For our sins, we have volunteered to be market managers at the Cassiobury Park market. So one of the jobs entails getting the tape measure all tangled up and putting all these mooring signs up so that when all the boaters arrive, they know where they're going to moor. So there's 12 boats coming, is it? So I'm going to stop videoing and I'm going to help Paul untangle the spaghetti and put all the signs up.
How do? This week's a special week. We're on a busy day, aren't we?
We are.
as every day's busy, but Tash is driving us to do a couple of things today. One's the shopping, which is what everybody has to do. 2, we're going to go and buy a coal hod, because somebody's got a coal hod for us to be able to do something with. And seeing we trade, it's a perfect way to do it. So we're off to Pitstone to go and collect that. But this afternoon, after being at Marsworth, we've turned round and been invited to a school to do a school presentation about living on the canal and painting Canal. But it's also going to incorporate very many things. You've got to do a little bit of history, so we're going to include a little bit about the Grand Union, Marsworth and Startop's reservoirs or Tring reservoirs, and a few bits more than that. So, being a school, don't know whether we'll be able to get some pictures or video, but we'll try and do it.
Here we are at Brookmead School.
Yay!
Nervous.
I'm sure you'll be fine, you've done lots of prep. So here we are in the hall at Brookmead School, just set up. Obviously we can't do any video once the children are in here, so we'll just show you what we've brought with us. A selection of Paul's Canal art. And Rosie and Jim that Paul's mum made for us. And then Paul's got some bits he did earlier ready for painting roses onto a superimposed size so the children can see them.
We're just going out for a drive, going to Aldi, getting some food, and guess what we found? A proper big top Zizar circus apparently. And if I turn around and come to the back of the truck, there you go, all painted up. Something you don't see very often these days. See you later.
We were pleasantly surprised at Quick that there were genuine discounts on a lot of the products, so we did treat ourselves to a brolly mate and a whirligig washing line. Funny what simple things make boaters' lives happier. So
Life's like that.
so we're going to test it out and hope it doesn't rain, because it's come over a bit cloudy now, but
Guaranteed, isn't it?
it'll be fine. It's whether or not I can reach to hang the washing on it.
Well, there you go, you see.
I might need to get the step out.
All these great ideas.
Might need a bathroom step.
What? Toilet?
Yeah. Yeah, we just paid £40.
Which was a Crick special.
It was well worth it. I will put the link in the description below. We also treated ourselves to a new chimney, didn't we? We've been looking at chimneys and they were about £60 and we got a chimney for 43, so it was good. Yes, we did buy a sofa as well, but that was more money, but it was nice. Oh, we've got some little mandarin ducklings. They're very cute. Yeah, I'm not going to reach down the washing on that, am I? No. Need a step ladder, never mind the little step. Yes, I was saying, could we just put it straight in the bar? I'm still going to need the step, but yes, that's better. It doesn't need to be any higher than that. Would have been far too high with the extension on, wouldn't it? There we go. Washing is out. Paul did have to stand on the step to do it. It's nice to actually be able to sit outside, isn't it? Making stock.
Yeah.
As long as not too many flies land in the paint. It's not too hot, so the paint's not drying too soon as you're doing it, is it?
No.
This isn't one of the boats for the festival, for the trading weekend. We've got holiday boats. Busy morning down here. It's Thursday morning and we're still getting ready for the show. Saw the tug going up down in the lock the other day and I thought, oh, I've missed it. So, as that workboat came past, we started on Braunston boats. And there's about 8 boats that are coming down, but it's all to do with, they're going down to Brentford to do with this Walk for Matt 2024. So boats are slowly arriving for the market this weekend. We've got to sit a couple sideways because of boats like this. CRT boat. The workies are doing some job. Let's go and have a chat. So here you go, the work's being done. Lock repairs, as the man was doing earlier. And then, while they're here, they grease the locks, tighten the nuts, and doing the bits as they go. And hopefully the ground paddles will work again now, because they should have cleaned them out. But we'll wait and see. Market almost here, more boats have arrived, people are busy doing stuff on the boats, inside, getting last minute prep done for the market. Cassiobury, it's been an experience to start with already. Oh, set it up from Craig last weekend. We've done a lot of cleaning this morning of stuff from like what we've turned around and like took with us. The boxes were all dirty, the cleaning stuff was all dirty, so it's been a case of having to do some work while Tash is setting up. It's looking good though. It's going to be a bright day. A couple of people have passed nice comments about what we've got stock wise, and the fact that there's more boats. We're in Cassiobury Park after the end of the market this weekend, and that would have been Cassiobury House, dated back to 1546, remodelled in the 17th and 19th century and demolished in 1927. But here there is a huge park run that I saw on Saturday while I was giving out leaflets of some 400 runners. That's the bandstand, and the finish is here, so I'm presuming the start is actually here too. At the back you've got a little cafe, which is, if I can get my finger, down the back there, up by the croquet lawns, and the cafe's got tennis courts and there's table tennis tables out there. The park's absolutely huge, left to over wild, and as we walk back onto the main road, this is the main path that comes off, was it Rickmansworth Road, Tash? Yeah, and it's a beautiful entrance, and it reckons it's 18 minutes to walk down here from the actual entrance of the path and the park down the path to the Grand Union. I don't know whether you noticed that, San.
No, I didn't.
But as we walk down here, it's got a cafe and play pools which are open to the public, and a little play park area. But when we arrived, it had the fair was here, to some of the disgust of some of the people, local residents. But it's got squirrels, it's got various different bits. It's one of the UK's top 10 parks, and it's got its little green flag for being everything really. And it's a really nice place. Must come and see it sometime. So market's done and it's all over and gone. This is Monday and there's only a couple of boats left. We've got Lorraine and Alan and us. Then there's a couple of boats gone, and then Penn, and I think there's one more behind that's left. But all the others have disappeared. Some have gone that way, back up the Grand Union, and others have gone that way, down the Grand Union for the next one. So we're just taking a little bit of a walk down to the lock, and I'll give you a little bit of a view of what there is about. It's been a busy weekend. Thank you very much to everybody who's turned up. We've had a great weekend, meeting loads of new people, and you lot, if you've joined us, subscribed, and we've enjoyed it. So I'll see you in a minute. A little bit ironic, isn't it? It's called Iron Bridge. It's made out of bricks. Map of Cassiobury Park, if you make out. This is the path that we walk down, Carriage Drive, all the way down to the canal, and this is where we are now. There, and iron locks there, and the actual trading weekend's just been on this stretch here. It's been a beautiful time down here. There's a couple of golf courses. The lock does take a long time to fill. That poor gentleman spent 45 minutes filling up. That's the path that takes up Carriage Drive that we walked down earlier. But this is what I want to show you. You can't quite see it from the canal, and the water comes off the canal slightly further up by the boat. But it's absolutely beautiful. It's not a site of scientific interest, but it is part of what gives the park its green flag. This is the lovely, quiet little speck, just where the water comes out from that waterfall. Dogs playing here all weekend, as we've seen them as I've been giving leaflets out. Don't know whether it actually shows you too well, but this rustic bridge and the old mill were in sight. Plate glass with the actual mill on. You can't see it too well on the glass where it's embossed, but that was the sluice outlet from the mill. Let's take a walk and see what there is. As we come over the old rustic bridge, that path that goes up there takes you up to a little, to the housing estate. And up the housing estate, if you come out the gates of the park, as you go straight up, there's a little Morrison's Daily. There's the Essex Arms. At the top of the hill, there's a little roundabout. And you've got the Essex Arms on one side, and you've got a Indian restaurant called POB, P-O-B, Prince of Bengal Indian Restaurants. Beautiful little meal. We turned around and we went up there last night, Sunday night, for the aftermarket meal with some of them. We had a takeaway meal as well when we first got here. Really well recommend it. Try and get a picture of the menu on the front, so you'll see the name of it, P.O.B, Prince of Bengal. Well, as we come up here, the actual mill isn't here anymore, but what you have got, it's a local nature reserve now. So all this is where the actual mill used to be, and you can see with the little race water that's specifically made, well, it's ended up overgrowing, but it's turned around and been where the water wheel would have been for the mill. I don't know whether you can see it, but I don't know whether that might be a bat box. Might be about right, but you never can tell, can you? Told you dogs loved it. Poo stick throwing. It's great. There you go. It was a bit of a busy week. Although it was busy, it didn't seem busy at the same time. Does that make sense?
Well, I don't know about you, but I met myself coming back, but there we go, that's life, isn't it?
Well, no, it was busy. We did an awful lot of stuff.
We did.
But because we weren't moving once we got moored.
And that is the beauty of our travels now. We have slowed down with the amount of miles we're doing.
Have we?
We have. It's taken us a long time to cover a short amount of miles in comparison to what we used to do, so that's nice.
We are slowly working our way down the Grand Union, and if you haven't been following it, last week's was Milton Keynes. We've jumped a little bit this week due to the fact that we've done this week in the life of harbourmasters and other associated stuff. So yeah, we will jump back and forth now, because you'll see a bit more attach.
And we've got a couple of things coming up over the next couple of weekends that we want to fit in and bring you up to date as well. So then we'll fit in the rest of the travels around that.
Can't do anything in sequence anymore, can I? Right.
Thank you so much. We've had lots and lots of new subscribers over the last few weeks, so thank you. We really do appreciate it.
I was just about to say that.
Oh, there you go.
So push the button, ring the bell. It's free to you, the new subscribers, and everybody else that's in and around where we are at present, apart from inside our boat.
You're waffling, and this is getting very long.
Okay, goodbye.